if the range cooperates. And,
hello again, friends and loyal WulffPack members. Chaos Within, welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. Some slightly bad news. I have actually gone and lost the save file to the previous season of Kerbal Space Program. I mean, we just started going to Duna, and I was looking forward to going to Eve and all these other things, but I went and decided that 2 years was enough of a time to wait to then go and reinstall my computer. Problem is that I completely neglected to go and back up the save file. I was convinced that Steam was going to do it for me because it did it with some other games, so I thought it did this. Obviously, noob error, it didn't, so we're having to start over, which to me is fine. So what we're going to go and do is we are going to go and start a back to basics playthrough, and we've even gone and picked up a new logo. So it's very similar to what we had before, but I've just made it so much better. So that's awesome. We're going to go again for career, so we're going to start again from the very beginning. But this time around, we know a lot more about this game. And here we are. Welcome, site. We're back here at the Kerbal Space Center, though it does look a little bit less spectacular than it did last time we were here. So, first things first, let's go and pick up some missions from our mission board. So we want to launch our first vessel and get some science from Kerbal. So that's not going to be difficult, really, is it? So first things first, what we want to do is, yep, this is a vehicle assembly building. We're well aware of that. And all we're going to do is put together the most basic type of craft possible. And science, here we go. We have got the Kerbal engineering system pieces here as well, but I'm not worrying about these ones just yet. Then again, we'll plonk that one on the side there just for the sake of things at the present moment. And then we'll go and get... Actually, you know what? Let's do this a little differently. What I like doing is actually setting 3 of these onto a craft, and then we can go and plonk one of these somewhere. Because I'm curious if this is actually what gives us the detailed readouts or not, or whether it's this one. Let's plonk one of these on as well, and let's see if that's the case. So we'll plonk those on. That's good enough, so let's go and launch. And there we go. Now we've actually got our lovely little things at the top here, which I really like these things. So anyway, let's go and keep these up. We'll go and first of all, we'll do a crew report. We can't transmit this. We're going to have to keep this one for now. We'll do a mystery goo observation from the landing pad. We'll keep that one. Then T. Now we don't need to throttle up because we do have a solid rocket booster, but I've also set it so that whenever we start new, we're actually going to have a completely full on our throttle, so that's going to be nice. So actually, before we boost, let's not go and forget to change our staging. There we go. So we'll travel over in this direction. We will go and observe another mystery goo on the way up. Keep that. And we'll keep pointing over in the direction. We'll try and bring ourselves a little bit further down, so that will start going... There we go, perfect. Now, all we need to do is wait until we land in the ocean. Now I'm curious what this is. Something log? No idea what that means. Okay, fine. Not too fussed, but let's speed this up. Deploy the parachute, go and get splashed down, and I'll tell you what, all these new visual enhancement mods that I've just put on the game look absolutely spectacular. They do look gorgeous. The water just looks so much better now. But anyway, as soon as we go and get ourselves splashed down, we'll go and see what the hell... well, not even see. As soon as we get splashed down, I'm basically just going to go and observe the last mystery goo. Because we don't want to do that one yet. So let's repin that down. temporarily. There we go. Now we can do it. Splash down. We'll keep that one, and we will go and recover the vessel. So my goal for this video is to try and get into orbit in the first episode. So here we go. We've got 31 science, so that's awesome. So first of all, let's jump in here, and we want starter rocketry straight away. And I think we can afford the second rocketry as well. So that is spectacular, and I believe we have just enough to go and get this one as well. So that's good. We'll go for that one as well. Now next, I really want this one and the aerodynamics. Actually, the aerodynamics, the only reason I want this is for the radial decouplers to make this a lot easier to get into orbit. And the reason I want this one is for the service bay and the barometer. And potentially the heat shields as well, because that would be really nice. Now, we've gone and gotten all those missions completed, so that's awesome. Contract completes, yep, and a bunch of world first milestones. So again, that is epic. Now, what we want to do is we want to go and escape the atmosphere, and we want to go and orbit Kerbal. Those are the two things that I really want to go and do right now. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to go and be able to orbit Kerbal just yet, but we're going to get close. Now, we're at 150,000 credit. Yeah, 150,000. So how much is that to go and upgrade? That's 150. We can't afford to do that. But we can afford to do that one, but we're not going to do that yet. What I am going to go and do is I am actually going to go and upgrade the launch pad straight away, just because I want to go and increase the weight limit that we have over there. So that's what I want. Okay, so that's virtually great. Now the question I've got is, let's bring this up. Let's turn off compact, because I'm wondering if there's any part limit things here. Because what I'm after is I don't want to have to put parts on the ship in order to go and get the overlays. There we go. Let's go and change it over to partless, because I think that's what we need. So let's change that back to compact. Great. So this is what we want. We've got this little thing going. I don't think we need this anymore. So we can go back to science, and we can put a couple of these on. Now the reason I'm putting multiple is because we can't transmit just yet. I don't think we've got any oh, we do have transmitters. Okay, good. Right, that's good to know. Now let's go and plonk one. I'm thinking there. Because what I'm going to do is I am going to go and grab it and rotate this. There we go, perfect. Now we're going to leave that, because when that extends out now, that's going to go and allow us to transmit data from orbit. But we'll leave that retracted. But as I said, we're not going to go and be able to get into orbit just yet. Now the question, I do have a decoupler, so that's good. We do have some big fuel tanks now. So let's go and put a couple of these. Oh no, I don't want that one. We want the swivel here. Ah, swivel. There we go. And what I'm after is another decoupler and a bunch more engines. And a bunch more fuel tanks even. So we'll put 3 there. We'll put another swivel engine. Then we will, I think, let's go and grab another one. But swap. Actually, no, we'll keep that one as a, you know what, we'll keep that. We'll put that one as a Reliant. Now, what's our delta V? We've got 2,000 delta V. That's enough to go and break the atmosphere, but that's not enough to go and get into orbit. Because if we want to get into orbit, we're going to need something with a lot more kick to it. Now, what I'm thinking, as we might do, is I might try, how close are we to our part limit? We've got 9 more parts that we can go for. We can try and make this as tall as we possibly can. Okay, let's go for one more Reliant. Oh, sorry, one more. Is that a Reliant? Yeah, it is a Reliant. I meant to go for one more swivel. Put another Reliant on there. Now, what I want to do is have rigid attachment onto everything here. Because I can't seem to find the auto strut anymore. I had it turned on previously, but I can't work out where to find it again. But, oh well. I'm not overly worried. So that'll do. And then, where's that last piece? I'm pretty sure we had the one that was going to knock on somewhere. How close are we? 26. We've got 4 more pieces left to go. So what I'm thinking, actually, is go for another decoupler and just see how absolutely insanely crazy this is actually going to end up being. And put a huge solid rocket booster on the bottom. Now this is going to have no gimbaling whatsoever. Now I'm pretty sure we've only got 2 pieces left. Yeah, we do. And hopefully this is going to remain stable. I doubt it, seriously. So in that case, let's not bother with that, but let's actually go and put some aerodynamic fins on here. There we go. So that should be exactly at our parts limit. Just making sure that we've got the staging correctly. So it goes to that one, but we need to go and find the decoupler there. There we go. And there's that one is the next one, so I'll plonk that there. Doop, 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 doop. Yep, that's right. Then we've got this decoupler and then that engine. So I'll set that there, and then we've got the final decoupler and then the parachute. Perfect. So that should work absolutely perfectly. At least I hope so. Now we are going to go and break the atmosphere, so hopefully we're not going to go too far because I'm going to get a bit worried that these things are going to start exploding. So in that case, you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to go and sink these in a touch. There we go. That'll do. That'll hopefully keep these out of harm's way when it comes to the heat. Well, we'll find out. So let's go and name this one Testcraft 2. So we'll save that one and we'll go and launch. So hopefully this is going to work quite well. I don't know. We'll have to go and see. Again, we'll turn on Stability Assist because this is a tall-ass craft. Let's go and hit our rocket. We are staying upright, at least for now, but we are picking up speed rather slowly. So we're going to go and stay pointing exactly this direction. We're not going to go and start doing a gravity turn anytime soon. So we'll just go and speed up as much as we can, going straight up. Now I want to get to at least 100 to 200 meters per second before I start even thinking about doing a turn. But the thing is, we are going to go and run out of fuel in this stage very, very soon. There we go. Now we've still got another Reliant. Actually no, this is a gimbaled engine, so we're doing alright actually. We're picking up some good speed, so we are going to go and start pitching over a little bit now to try and get a gravity turn in. Now I want to go and try and keep this as on the nav, as basically centered on the nav ball as we can. There we go, 200 meters per second. We're picking up some good velocity. Just got to make sure that we keep this thing pointing in the right direction. Now I'm going to try and pitch over just a touch more. Because, like I said, we're trying to go and get a good gravity turn. We're going to run out of fuel very soon. There we go. And now every time we go and... There we go. Let's try and push this over to 45 degrees as much as we can. But let's go and have a look. What's our apoapsis looking like right now? We're looking okay. We've got a 31. There we go. We can see our apoapsis up there, but I just like seeing it here. I like to see the arc of what we're actually managing to do. Now let's keep the fuel up. Let's keep it on stage view so I know when to stage. And we can start pushing this a little bit further over, I think. Now that's looking good. And there we go. We're on a final little stage. But we need to go and stop that that speeding at least a little bit. Well, we've got to stop the thrust. So we're now outside of the atmosphere, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, we got some more milestones, but I don't think we're actually completely out of the atmosphere yet. Alrighty, okay, that's cool. Now let's go and get some science. So we'll log the temperature. We're still technically in the upper atmosphere, so we will transmit that one. Ooh, there we go. We got escape the atmosphere. That's awesome. Let's move that out of the way. Yep, that's both the atmospheres and some more stuff to our milestone, so that's awesome. Now, we should be outside the atmosphere, so let's observe the mystery goo as well. We'll keep that experiment, because I'm a little bit curious about our electric charge, because like I said, we just don't have that much. And we're still heading towards our apoapsis right now. So yeah, I don't think we're definitely not going to be able to go and get a full orbit out of this. We don't have anywhere near enough delta V left. So let's actually go and drop that back. We can see that we're over the water biome. Yeah, okay. Can we get any more here? So we'll go and keep that one. We will go and do a crew report, because I keep forgetting about these. Now we'll keep this one, because I don't think we've got enough power in order to go and actually go and transmit that one. So yeah, okay, right. Now what we want to do is get to about here. Now we can't go and warp yet. We can't go and warp to specific points because we don't have certain things unlocked in the Kerbal Space Center. But we're doing alright. So let's go and point prograde. I'll just stretch out our orbit a little bit. Now I'll just leave that little dinky little bit of fuel left, because that's nowhere near enough to get us a full orbit. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go use that to slow us down just a little touch when we start getting closer to the atmosphere. Now we've got another milestone here. We've broken the land distance record of 100 kilometers. Okay. That is awesome. So that's cool. Now I don't think... Let's go and have a look at the science here and now and go and see what that's showing us. We'll go and plonk that about there, and we'll get this about here. So we don't need that. So what we'll do is we'll just speed up. And eventually the mystery goo... This will tell us when we have more... So we're over Kerbin's grasslands, but I don't think... it says just in space near Kerbin. We've already got that one. So again, we'll just wait until we start getting in. So we can do a mystery goo observation here, apparently. From Kerbin's upper atmosphere. Okay, so we'll keep that one. Now, let's turn around completely retrograde. Just puff off the last little bit of fuel that we have, and then we can just drop off that last little stage as we just did. Now, can we take another crew report? I don't know if we can. I think we've already got a crew report, so let's turn off SAS, and let's go and start rotating, because I don't want to go and have all of our lovely little parts go and explode on us. Because that's definitely what we don't want. So we're going to try and just rotate as quick as we can, fairly quickly, just to kind of keep the heat evenly dispersed over the ship. Now hopefully we'll be able to get... There we go, we've lost one item. Another item. But hopefully we are now cooling down enough. Now I really cannot wait. Yeah, we're cooling down now. Now, what I really cannot wait for is the little bay, so we can go and... There we go. What do we lose? We lost both of our thermometers. Okay. So let's observe this mystery goo. Do we get anything extra from this? No, we don't. So let's recycle that for now. We'll pin that so we don't forget. And we'll plonk that up here. Now, do we have much more power? We've got a bunch of electric charge right now. But... let's go and deploy our parachute and get our butt down to the surface of Kerbin. Now, I don't know. Can we do another crew report? Crew report. Cancel. Okay. Review report. Can we go and transmit this one? I think we can. Let's transmit. Oh, did we lose our antenna? No, we didn't. So, let's extend the antenna. Or can't we? Oh, the part's destroyed. Okay, right. Good to know. Oh, but look at that. A lovely little lens flare and just seeing the sun disappear below the horizon. That is gorgeous. Here we go. We're about to go down. We're about to set down. There we go. So, let's see. Observe mystery goo. Do we get anything new from you? Yes, we do. Kerbal Shores, apparently. So, let's keep that one. And let's go and recover the vessel. And there we go. Look at that. We got 59 science out of all of that. Well, a total of 59 science. And we got some funds back. Not that many, but obviously Jeb hasn't gone and gotten promoted yet. But that's fine. Now, let's go and see. That's going to be 150 to go and upgrade there. And this is going to be 750. So let's do that. Just because I like getting as many active missions as we can. We've got one for orbiting Kerbal. Now, let's go and see. We've got an option to go and test the Mark 16 parachute. That's not going to pay too much. We've got radial decoupler. Ooh. Let's actually go and say yes to that one. Another radial mount drogue chute. Okay. Terrier liquid fuel engine. You know what? Let's actually go and say yes to that one as well. So we've got a stack decoupler, we've got a hammer solid fuel booster, Mark 16 parachute, swivel fuel engine well splashdown and Kerbal. Okay, heat shield, which is the one we need. And what else we got? That looks good for the moment, so we'll keep those. We'll leave the facility, go over to R&D. Let's see what we can get over here. Now we've got 50 odd science that we can go and spend. We can spend 45 down here. We wouldn't be able to afford this one. We're just short of being able to afford that. In fact, actually, let's get the survivability, because that's what I want, because we've got a few extra little bits. It's mainly the service bay that I'm after. So let's research that one. Like I said, we're half a point off. So you know what this means? It means we can go and do a tiny extra little amount of science. So let's just go and get rid of this completely. And all we need is some extra little science section. Here we go. So we can get the barometer, we can get the thermometer, and that's really it. Because I think we've already done one of these, but we'll put it on anyway just for the sake of things. So let's go and launch. And what we're going to be able to do is EVA, do an EVA report, keep that, and reboard the ship. We can then do a crew report, although we've already done that one, haven't we? We can go, actually, you know what? Atmospheric data, let's keep that. And temperature scan, let's keep that. Now all we need to do is recover the vessel. That should give us a bunch more science now. At least enough to go and get what we want. Oh, wow. We're back up to 52 again. So that's going to allow us to go and get the advanced rocketry. We could go for the stability, but we've already got the radial decouplers out of there, which is the main thing I want. So let's go for this one. It also gives us that as well. We could also theoretically go for this. But we'll see how that goes. We don't need this just yet. So let's go and just keep this one. Because the main thing I'm after is the larger fuel tanks. Because that's going to keep our parts limit down. So now what we're trying to do is actually get into orbit. We can get rid of all of these. And then we can go and first of all put on our service bay. Because this is what's going to be keeping all of our scientific equipment safe. So what we want... Oop, wrong button. Here we go. We have two of these. Just because I always like to have a multiple, I'm going to go and keep one barometer. And we're going to go for one thermometer. We're also going to go for a communication tool. We're going to go for this one, though. Because I don't want one that we need to deploy. That's not what I want. Let's go and see. Let's get into the center. That looks good. Yep, that's looking good enough for me. So let's go and close the service bay. Yeah, that looks great. We've got all our science and special equipment in there. We'll go and get the parachute up on top there, and potentially we'll leave that for now, actually. Now, do we have a heat shield? We should do. Yeah, we do. Perfect. Got a heat shield. So that's going to make things really nice and safe. And we just need to basically go and build ourselves a ship with enough delta V to go and get into orbit. Now, for the engines on this particular stage, we're going to go put a Terrier on, because that's going to give us a bunch of delta V to begin with. Now, this is not a great delta V in the atmosphere, but that's going to be a lot more when we're out in vacuum, I believe. So yeah, that's fine. Another decoupler. And let's go and put a bunch more fuel on here. And here we're going to go and want a swivel engine, because we only want that just for the ability to go and give us some directional thrust. Now into the aerodynamics, we can go for the fins again. There we go. And how far are we off our part limit now? We're about 9 parts off, so that's fine. What I want now is some sideways couplers. Here we go. That's perfect. Again, we're 5 off, so we can just go and put on some of these absolutely bloody huge solid rocket boosters. And there we go. Look at that. So let's put the rigid attachment on all of these, just because I don't want to have this go and explode on me. And I don't want it to go and fly off in a weird direction. Now let's go and place this down here. So let's go and turn on stability assist, and we are going to go and throttle down on this one, because we only need this, like I said, just to go and offer us a little bit of gimbaling. Really, that's all that little rocket. That's all the liquid fuel stage is for right now. But let's go and see what we get. Now, picking up speed quite quickly, so let's move over into... There we go. Now, right now, trying to get into orbit was what we're trying to do right now. And look at that, we're going silly fast right now. We've still got metric buttloads of fuel. Now, let's try and... We can't really go and aim this at all. And look at that, we're getting really warm right now, but we're very close. There we go. Now what we can do is go and start moving this over towards the 45 degrees. Now we'll keep the... There we go. We'll keep it to about there if we can. We'll bring up the map. Yep, our apoapsis is absolutely huge, so let's go and point ourselves along the 90 degree if we can. Now what we really need to do is just stretch out our orbital line. That's what we're after right now. Now we can even go and just dip below just a little bit, and that should start stretching us out a little further. Stretching out our arc. But right now it looks like we're getting fairly close to potentially being able to do this. We'll get the rest of our thrust when we get closer to our apoapsis. So we'll speed up a touch. We'll just get a little closer. I think that's good enough. And what we'll do is we'll just go and set out the last of this tank's worth of delta V in that direction. So it's going to make it easier for our Terrier engine to go and get the last little bit that we need. Because we're going to run out of fuel any second now. There we go. And let's just get that last little bit of delta V going. So there we go. Now let's go and see. It looks like we're actually going to go and be able to achieve a stable orbit. Let's have a look. Yep, there we go. We've got a stable orbit. We're now in orbit around Kerbal. And we've got loads of resources left. So that's amazing. I'm really quite chuffed with that. So now, let's go and pick this up. We'll go and get a temperature scan out here. We will go and... Do we have an alternator here? I don't remember. So let's take that off. We don't have much electric charge, so we'll keep this for now, actually. Atmospheric scan, we will keep that. Now, do we need a crew report? No, we've already got one for that. That's fine. So that's awesome. Look at that. We are in orbit around Kerbal. I'm quite pleased with that. So we've achieved orbit on our first episode, and that's awesome. That's absolutely amazing. I'm quite chuffed with that. And especially since we've now got the service bay with all our materials nice and safe inside. Now the thing is, I don't actually recognise where the KSP is. I think it's there. So let's go and test this out. Let's go and turn around. I think that's the KSP. I could be wrong. I could really do with just putting something on the land, like on at the KSP, so I can see it in the map. That would be useful. But like I said, I'm not sure if that's it or not. I could very well be wrong for all I know, but oh well, we'll find out what happens. Like I said, that Terrier engine does go and give us an absolutely amazing amount of delta V for what it is, really. Because let's have a look at the vessel. We've still got over 1,200 meters per second of delta V. That's absolutely spectacular. Now, I'm still not convinced that we're actually going to come down on the Kerbal Space Center, but we'll find out. So let's speed this up a touch until we can start coming down a little bit. Oh, it is in fact the KSP. So yes, I was right, but we're actually going to go and overshoot now. But I think that's about it for all we're going to be able to do for this. Let's go and decouple the last stage. And just come down on our ablator now. So I do think we're going to go and absolutely miss everything, but we are going to go and have a water landing. So that's going to be great. Now we can get a crew report here. So let's go and transmit that one. There we go, that's sent. Atmospheric pressure scan. Can we get that one? So let's turn off our stability assist. Because that should just keep us on the way down. Now I'm quite pleased now that since we're coming down, we're not going... Oh, there we go. Another crew report. Let's go and keep that one. And pretty soon we're going to slow down enough so that we're going to be able to go and deploy our parachute. There we go. Now as soon as our chute actually goes and deploys, I'm going to try and get an EVA report from above the ocean. That's what we're going to go and do. There we go. So it's falling at a very slow rate. Oh. We can't actually go and get an EVA report until we're actually landed. Alright, fair enough. So let's open this up. Let's go and... we have to review data. Okay, we can't actually go and transmit these. So let's log temperature. We can't do that even. Can we observe the mystery goo? Cancel. Can we go and observe mystery goo? Let's go and see. We can. It's not going to give us a lot, but it'll give us something at least. We're about to go and land. There we go. Observe the second mystery goo. Can we get anything from that? Only a tiny amount. Let's recover the vessel. Awesome sauce. So hopefully this is now going to go and give us... it's giving us a bunch of science, so that's awesome. And a bunch of funding. And look at that. Jebediah's gone and ranked up to rank 1. So that's epic. Now we'll go and also go and upgrade our tracking center, because now we've upgraded that and mission control. That is going to give us our maneuver nodes, so I'm quite pleased with that. And let's go and see what else we can go and get here. We can potentially go and get this. This is going to give us the Space Junior. So that's some more science. We're going to have the ability to go and store science as well, so that'll be awesome. But we can't do that to begin with because we need to be able to go in EVA. Flight control. That's going to give us... yeah. Nothing much that we're interested in there. This is kind of interesting, mainly for the struts, but I think overall, I do think that this is actually going to be the best that we want right now. It's actually going to give us a probe core as well. So I think this might actually be the best one to go for. We're going to get more batteries. We're going to have the Science Junior, which is the main thing I want. So let's actually go and research that one. Actually, how much is it going to cost to go and upgrade the Kerbal Center? The astronaut complex. That's going to be 75,000. We can afford that right now. There we go. That's going to make us be available to go and do EVAs as well. So what do we get? We got completed Orbit Kerbal, and a few other things. So we've still got a few missions to go and do. We need to test the heat shield. That's fine. We can go and do that now. Test the Terrier engine while orbiting Kerbal. Oh, we didn't test it, did we? Oh well. Well, let's just go and grab a touch more science. We'll go and get rid of you because we don't need you yet. We don't need you. What we do need, however, is under science, and we just need you. Oh. Okay, so let's launch. So we can do the material study. And that's going to give us a bunch of science. Well, 7.5 science, but that's good enough. Let's open this up. We'll check out the mystery goo again. Because that's probably going to give us just a little bit. Yep, +7. Let's see. Observe mystery goo again. +0.7. That's probably not going to stack, but I don't care. We'll give it a go and see what happens. Log pressure data. That's going to give us nothing. Okay. So crew report, again, nothing, and I'm pretty sure the EVA report we've already done. Yes, we have. Okay, so let's reboard and recover the vessel. That's just going to be a touch more science for us. And there we go, back up to 27 science. So that's going to allow us actually to go and pick this up. So we've got the radial decouplers already now. We've got the nose cones and we've got the this much larger winglets, which are going to help us maintain stability even better than the previous little ones that we had. So that's something. And we're moving on quite quickly down the tech tree. I mean, we've still got a good way to go, because previously we had virtually everything apart from a few things in the spaceplane section. But we're going to go and do really well this time around, now that we're coming back with fresh perspective on the game. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Neither of those good enough for you, that's what the comments are for. I've been Commander Chaos Wolf from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. And until next time, my fellow Kerbal nuts, keep flying and stay shiny.